Yeah, I was proud of the group that was on the floor for the last 5 minutes. I thought that was, the team we need to be in terms of urgency and how important it needs to be for us. Unfortunately, it was probably a 20-point deficit at that point, but I was proud that group kept fighting. As I told the team, I thought the first four games of conference play, we talked a lot about basketball and adjustments mid-game. In the last two games, I found myself, just imploring them to play with more urgency, to talk more, a lot of intangible stuff, which it's what our team needs. But I think as a coach, I'm still trying to find ways to get through to this group in terms of, what it takes to win and what it takes to be a consistent group. I thought, there have been times the past 2 or 3 weeks I thought we turned a corner, or we were turning a corner. And then, there are times I thought, and tonight included, especially the third quarter, we took steps backwards, and we have to keep fighting and keep believing to take steps forward. And that will be our test moving forward.
Steph, 17 points, 8 steals, and 4 rebounds. Triple nickel on the night. Were you expecting to be able to get into the passing lane and steal the ball as easily as you did, considering this is a higher number of steals from you?
I mean, I didn't even realize that I had that many steals. It's not one of the focuses that we have going into each game, but if I'm in the position and I'm in the right spot, then I'll get the steal. But that's not what I was focused on tonight.
Coach, your bench had 4 points in total over the game. How can you get them more involved, or how can they get themselves more involved into the game?
Yeah, well, they certainly had plenty of opportunity, and I think there are some days where the bench or that second unit really pushes in practice. And I'm really proud of their effort and things they do on the floor, and then it's not translating for us in games. But I think there's certainly not a lack of effort in practice from that group, and there's not a lack of opportunity as well. And I mean, what do? You watch the film and you show up for the next practice ready to keep plugging away. And, my biggest challenge as the leader of the program is to make sure all 13 people are on board to keep pushing forward. And, if you respect the game enough and you respect the process enough and you respect me enough and the jersey, then you show up and you're ready to push. And if you don't, then you're going to hang your head and you're going to sulk, because there's a lot of season left to play, that's for sure. And again, Steph has been our most consistent, been our best player all year. She knows I feel that way about her. Her effort tonight was off the charts. Obviously, she was a big part of that group, playing with effort and urgency there at the end, and need her to keep doing what she's doing, and need people to follow her lead as well, every day.
What was the main issue in the third quarter?
I think the issue the whole game was just handing them the basketball, and then that led to a lack of urgency on the defensive side of the floor, and that led to them playing faster than us. And I was disappointed with that, and I shared that with our players in the huddle. They're scoring because they're outworking us, and that was the first time in a long time I felt that way. And as a coach, it's my responsibility and my job to combat that and help our players flip the switch, and I wasn't able to do that tonight.
You've talked all year about whenever you're not gonna get upset at the team over making or missing shots. It's all about effort, being vocal. When shots aren't falling, what do you say to the team? How do you try to still continue to be competitive even with shots not falling?
Well, that's just a test of your character right there. Things don't go your way in life. All you guys know that, and it happens every day, and how do you respond? And I wrote on the board at LaSalle at halftime to refocus us. I mean, because we had the lead at the half there. We had the lead at the half here, and it was basketball is a game of mistakes. So everyone take a deep breath, and what's next? You're going to make a mistake. There's going to be a mistake every single possession in some way, shape, or form, both teams. It might be something small, but if you just play hard and you stick together and you believe in each other, all that stuff makes up for the mistakes. And I have explained that a few different ways. I think I've shown it on film a few different ways. And I have to find another way to explain it and another way to show it for us to believe it. Because I do believe that in life as well, and we all know that. And if you can leave here being resilient enough to push through those things, then you're going to have a successful road ahead of you. And if, you can't overcome those difficulties, then you're not. And I do preach that to our team.
Coach, you guys have a nationally televised game on Sunday against George Mason, who's trending towards the top of the pack this season. What are some key goals that you can really take away from this game to bring into that game and hopefully compete very well with this Patriots team that's been having a very successful season?
Play hard and give each other high fives.
Okay, one more for Coach or Steph?
Coach, talk about Tanae's role. I know last game she brought down 10 rebounds, and certainly she was part of that group in the last 5 minutes, getting her hand on a lot of balls. How did you feel about her on the court tonight?
Well, I was pleased with how she finished the game. I talked with her a few times during the game because I thought she did at shoot around today, had good urgency, had good bounce and readiness. And I think, all of our freshmen and every freshman around the country at some point during the season, they have to learn that, what it takes to compete at this level every day, and just the pace of things. And, I was happy that because I think she is really hard on herself, and I think she doubts herself pretty easily, and I think I saw that early in the game. So, for her to be in at the end, and I do think a big part of the way she finished the game had to do with Steph being around her and Tori being around her, and Kristen being around her and Lily Ferguson being around her. And, especially for our young players and Shanae as well, the group around you can lift you up or tear you down a little bit. And I hope she understood her last couple minutes of the game were a step in the right direction. And, I'm really grateful that she was a part of that group there, and that group lifted her up.
Great. Thanks, everyone.